Did you enjoy part one? I did. Yes! Oh, certain people enjoyed part one. Yes, they're applauding lightly. Well, if you enjoyed part one, you're definitely going to like part two. We've got two more acts for you. But before we do, I thought I'd just scare the audience. Have we got any English teachers in tonight?
Yeah.
Yes, there's some English teachers. Front row Keeney's, that's lovely. Now, I was wondering, how do you deal with students who make thousands and thousands of mistakes in the same sentence?
I just tell them they're a moron.
You tell them they're what?
A moron.
They're a moron. That is an excellent tactic, and I think we should all do that. Tell our students they are morons. So an example is, I have very dirty-minded students. I want to let you know. I teach adults, not teenagers. I mean, you can understand dirty-minded teenagers. But these adults, I teach them the daily routine, and they keep going on about breast fucking. And I just what? I say, what did you do? What do you do every morning? And they say, oh, teacher, I get up, I have breast fuck, then I take shower. Okay, and you all do this? You all have a breast fuck? Yes, teacher. I have a little breast fuck with yogurt. Another student told me about what he was up to over the weekend. He says, oh no, first I want to tell you about another student who'd, I said, so where do you live? Who do you live with? Teacher, I sleep with my mother. Is correct? Probably not. That means you have sexual relations with your mother. Is that what you mean? Relations? See, yes, I have good relations with her. It's correct. She is good cock, you know. She's what? She likes the cocking, you know. She cocks in the chicken. She cocks in the chicken. It's delicious. And the last one I want to tell you about is student Juan. He said, Juan, how was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Was it normal, or did you do something? He said, oh, teacher, no, it's not normal. No, this weekend I go for to visit and to see my girlfriend. My girlfriend, she lives at Costa Brava, you know, Tosa. Tosa! Tosa! You know? Very funny, Tosa. It's hot, teacher, you know? It's hot. I go at her. It's hot. And we pass 3 hours in the beach. I should be taking lessons from you. Anyway, enough of all that. We're about to introduce our next act, who is a gent from Scotland. But before we do, I thought I'd teach you a few bits of... I've learned some Glaswegian. Now, the only Glaswegian I've learned is how to insult someone. So if I say a bit of Glaswegian in it, you all shout it back at me, and we'll see. The key is to be as aggressive as possible. Are you up for this?
Yeah!
There we go, some aggressive, right. Right, the first key to Glaswegian is to always start by saying, "Just see you!"
Just see you!
Just see you!
Just see you!
Which is kind of impossible, you can't see yourself, but don't tell them that. It doesn't help. Right. So first they say, "Just see you," then they say, "Can your mammy sew?"
Can your mammy sew?
Oh, someone's quite good. "Can your mammy sew? Get her to stitch this! Get her to stitch this!" Come on, everyone. Get her to stitch this! I need a few more classes. Don't worry, Donnie will sort them out in a minute. And the last one, what was the other one?
Breast fuck.
I've done that one. The other one was, "You see you, pack a window."
You see you, pack her in there.
We got one, but
Hey!
pack a window.
Back her window.
Pick a window, which is pick a window for me to throw you through. They're lovely people, the Scottish. So before we introduce our next act, I'll just give you the Scottish national anthem on the throat bagpipes, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I am a musical comedian as well. The throat bagpipes, Scottish national anthem. Here we go.
Nice bit of casual racism there at the start of the evening. My favourite bit of that was when you were talking about breast fuck, and you explained to you using imaginative body language what it was, and you were like that. Oh, right. I see." Brilliant. I wish you'd been filming them instead of filming me. That would have been amazing. My favourite Glaswegian insult was. I lived in Glasgow for quite a long time, but I'm not actually. You can tell from my accent that I'm not actually from Glasgow. I'm from the West Highlands, which is kind of probably the shittest part of Scotland to be from, actually, unless you really like rain and being bored. I was in Glasgow and I was doing a few songs in a bar, and this guy came in and he looked like the sort of person who would happily just batter you for fun. And he came in and the bar was quite busy. This guy went up to the bar and he's like, "2 lager." Obviously a fan of brevity, and the barman gave him 2 pints of lager, and I was on the stage playing a wee song and trying to get people to listen to me. And I thought, oh, this chap's ordered 2 pints of lager. He's obviously expecting a friend to join him shortly, and but there was no friend. The guy just obviously ordered 2 pints for himself and was kind of drinking out of one and then drinking out the other one like this. And I said, I thought this would be a good moment for me to intervene and sort of point it out in a kind of comical fashion. And I said to him, "Excuse me, mate." I was quite pleased with myself getting for this joke. "Excuse me, mate." I said, "It's at times like this that you wish you had 2 mouths, isn't it?" He says to me, "You'll have 2 arseholes in a minute if you don't fucking shut up and play the guitar." I thought that was pretty good, yeah. So, yeah. So that was that. So, do we have any English people in tonight? Hey. Gotta love it. I love how patriotic the English are, right? There's really nobody loves England as much as you do. I was actually in England, a place called Reading. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Reading. Reading in the house? Yeah. You should go there, it's amazing. It's like the best place I've ever been to. So I went to Reading and I was there to buy a laptop. Fascinating story, the fascinating background to the story. Go to Reading to buy a laptop. There was a problem, I couldn't find the place where I was supposed to pick it up from because my mobile phone, I only had my Spanish mobile phone with me, so there was no coverage and all that. So I thought, what? This is a jolly nuisance, because I thought I would sort of pick up the local lingo, you know, a bit of English slang. This is a jolly nuisance. What in flip am I going to do? So I went to a bar and had a wee drink. And in the bar, this is true. Has anyone ever heard of a place called Bar Potato? Right, neither have I. Right, I was in this bar having a drink, and there was an Italian guy and 2 Italian girls there, and the 2 girls were very, very attractive. So I thought, right, I'll try and think of a way to strike up a conversation with this crowd. So I sidled over and made some small talk. And got chatting to them. And I thought, obviously, the guy would be his girlfriend and my friend and all that. Turned out that the guy was a student living in Reading, and that was his sister and one of her friends. So I thought, yaldy, this is good. I'll try and get into their good books. So I did that, got into the good books, and the guy said, "Hey, you should come and come out for a drink with us later." I don't know if he was sort of Italian or Palestinian with that accent. Do my best, like, bear with me. So he said, "You come for drink for what? For later. We go to Bar Potato in the center." And I said to him, that would be great. I'd love to go for a drink with you. And she said, you take my number, we go to Bar Potato. And I said, sorry, I can't take your number because the phone doesn't work. So he said, no problem. Everybody know Bar Potato. Okay, you come meet us in the center. I said, what's the name of the place? Bar Potato. He said, yeah, it's called Bar Potato. Everybody know this place, right? You go there, you ask somebody, it's in the center of town, we're going to be there, okay? It's a big place. So I said, right, okay, Bar Potato. So I went back to my hostel I was staying in. I guess it's going to be great. Put on a bit of, what do you call that? A Glasgow shower, you know? Under both arms. Getting ready for the big night, going to meet the Italian girls in Bar Potato. I went out down Reading High Street and like, where am I going to find this? Went into one bar and I said to the guy at the bar, I said, excuse me mate, I said, excuse me, do you know where Bar Potato is? And the guy said, what mate? Do what? Bar Potato? What are you talking about mate? Fucking Bar Potato. Fuck off, Jock. I was like, all right mate. They're friendly in Reading, you know. They're kind of... Reading's kind of like, it's even sort of less friendly than London, if you can imagine that. But even uglier than Glasgow. It's like the worst of all possible worlds. So I went to the next place, and it was like a little newsagent. I went in, and there was quite a nice little old lady there, and I said, "Excuse me, do you know where Bar Potato is?" And a place around here called Bar Potato. I was trying to think of the way the guy said, "Bar Potato." And she's like, "I'm sorry, love. Bar what? Potato." It's like, "George." This old guy comes out, "George, have you heard of a place called Bar Potato?" "What now? Bar what? Bar Potato?" I went into 3 or 4 places. Nobody had heard of Bar Potato. I got ridiculed, castigated, chastised, and sent home. No Italian girls, no Bar Potato. I found out later that there's a really popular bar in Reading called the Purple Turtle. Right? This Italian guy was like, "I'll meet you in Bar Potato." Bar Potato. I was like, fucking Bar Potato. It was actually called Purple Turtle. That happened, that's true. I'll need to work on that one, I'll leave that thing. Work on delivery. Substance good, delivery. So, has anybody ever got into trouble with predictive text, sending a text message? Yeah. Just nod, right? No need to say anything. We can all hear you nod. I got into a hell of a thing. I was going out with a Catalan girl for a little while. Woo! And it was quite, the thing was, she was one of my students, right? And she was a little bit young, and she wasn't allowed to stay over at my house. This is true. She wasn't allowed because her mum and dad didn't know about me. So what she used to do was come to my house, and we'd have sex, and then she'd go home, right? Nightmare, right? That's Honestly, I didn't know how long I could stand it for. And but after the first time that we actually had sex, I was like, that was really nice. And she said, "Oh, listen, teacher Donnie, I have to go home now because, like, obviously, like, we missed the last bus, and my mum's waiting for me." I was like, "Okay, I'll take you down to the bus stop like a gentleman." Took her down to the bus stop, saw her onto the bus, and good night kiss and all that. And I thought, things are going well. She went home, and I thought, right, I'll text her. I'll send her a little text because, you know, that's a nice thing to do after you had sex or something. I'll send her a little text, and I said,